Hi, I'm Jorj and today we're going to talk about spaghetti squash. This is a spaghetti squash. It is not a football, although I almost threw it. And they come smaller than this. These are some big old spaghetti squash. And we're going to learn how to make them. It's actually really pretty easy. The hardest thing is cutting them, and you have to have a little bit of willpower and patience to do it. Now, some people suggest that you should pierce it and stick it in a microwave and get it started that way, but I'm kind of a microwave purist, so I don't do that. Basically, I take a knife and just start cutting it down. I've done this a little bit in advance. And you just kind of go all the way around, keeping that indentation and then following it through so that you got a start where you're going to keep going with your knife. And then eventually, once you've gotten that cut through, you can kind of wedge it open, like that. And then once you've wedged it open and made a little bit of cut down the side, you can take your knife and then go all the way through it. Remember, be careful with this, and you should really have a sharp knife. This one's really sharp. So you just kind of go down. It's not as hard as it looks. This is easier than it really is. But if you just keep making that slit going all the way around and then just go pressure, a little bit more pressure, it's really pretty good. So now what you have are 2 halves of a spaghetti squash. And this is the inside, and just like a pumpkin, you want to scrape that out. So we just go over to your scraping out area and just, here, I'll do it up here so you can see. But you basically just take your spoon and run it through, and the seeds and the insides come out. And that's really all there is to it. We're gonna discard that. I've never heard anybody eating spaghetti squash seeds. If you have, and if you have a recipe for that, please go ahead and send it my way. I'd love to hear all new recipes. So what this will do is we're gonna roast it. We're gonna roast it with a little olive oil, salt and pepper. It's at about 375 for, I give it like an hour. I turn it after about 30 minutes and it's good to go. So simply like this. Oh, extra strand, there you are. Put it on a sheet pan, a little olive oil. And a little salt and pepper, let me get that. And some pepper. And basically we just turn it upside down. You can hear it. And then we're gonna stick it in the oven and roast it. In it goes. We'll see you guys in about an hour. And this is how it comes out. You know it's done when it's all nice and shiny and roasted. And then you just make strands like that look like little angel hair spaghetti. Now, this is really a simple dish. And it's a little chunky, that's okay too, because we can just strand that out once it's on the plate. This one is really super roasted, so it's really good. It's gonna have real good flavor. The roasting gives it a really good flavor, and then the salt and pepper's already on it. And so for this, all you really wanna do to have a complete side dish is just add a little olive oil, a little fresh parsley, and you have really delicious spaghetti squash. Where's that? Oh, it's really good. Spaghetti squash was not a big hit for hubby, but it was for middle son. Middle son Chris really likes it. So I started getting very inventive with it, trying to come up with really sauces that weren't designed to go with the pasta, but would really accentuate the squash. And I did. I came up with a great squash boat that has some Cajun seasoning in it and some sauteed shrimp. So come with me and we're gonna make the sauce. So in all honesty, this sauce is based on a sauce that my friend Cindy makes, and she would use it for peel and eat shrimp, and she would put it in a big bowl when we were done, and you would take really good crusty bread and you would dip it in the sauce and eat it with the shrimp, and we got messy and we were drinking wine and it was fabulous. So I kind of stole the recipe. I've also stolen her balsamic vinegar recipe, but I have stolen things from Cindy, and she still likes me, so we're good friends. But this is her sauce, and I just modified it a little bit. So what we're gonna do is start with butter. Lots and lots and lots of butter. What's better than butter? Nothing. And we're gonna just melt that down a little bit. And then we're also gonna add olive oil. So this is a buttery, olive oily, really good sauce. And it's kind of Cajun inspired, so it's a little bit spicy. So we're gonna add, after this butter melts a little bit, see it bubbly? I love that. Oh, I love the smell of that. I just can't, I love it. I snorted, I'm sorry, but I snort when I'm excited. Okay, and then to this we're gonna add chili sauce. Now, chili sauce is like one of my major favorite ingredients. I put it in meatloaf, I put it in chili when I make chili. It's basically ketchup with a bit of a vinegar flavor to it. I don't really know what's in it, but I love it. And it gives this sauce, this buttery sauce, a really good tang. So we're gonna melt that all together, mix the chili sauce in, and then really, really large amount of hot pepper sauce. Now, if you're thinking it's gonna be too spicy, I know I'm still pouring it. I know. You're gonna like it. It's really, really good. The butter's gonna cut it, the chili sauce is gonna cut it. Think of wing sauce. When you use a wing sauce, like when you're making chicken wings and stuff, that's really just butter and vinegar and hot sauce. So we're tapering it down by adding chili sauce and butter and olive oil. It's not gonna be as hot as you think it is, but man, it's gonna be good. Okay, then we're gonna add in some garlic, right? Chopped up garlic. And you can mince your garlic, and you don't need to use as much garlic. I like garlic, and I like flavors. And the spaghetti squash can handle all of the flavor you can give it. And so can shrimp, which is what we're gonna basically do here, is add shrimp to this. And we're gonna add some Worcestershire sauce. This is about 2 tablespoons. And you can get this recipe, it's in my book, Canvas and Cuisine. Or you can email me or stop me on the street and I'll give you the recipe, it's not a problem. Oh, that was the Cajun seasoning. That is really what makes this really, really good. And here's the juice of 2 lemons. So we're gonna stir all this together. It looks yummy already. Now we gotta cook it enough so that the flavors come together and the garlic softens and really melts away. So I'm gonna move this over here to this burner and let it simmer a bit. And while it's simmering, we're gonna get ready to cook the shrimp. So, I have a little fry pan here, a little saute pan. Just gonna add some olive oil and heat it up. And what I've done is marinated the shrimp in a little more of that Cajun seasoning. Just poured a couple of teaspoons of Cajun seasoning over the shrimp and just let it marinate in there. Give it a little extra flavor. No salt and pepper on it yet. Here's a little trick that I learned that I don't know if it's based in science or not, but if you salt and pepper things while you marinate them, the salt's gonna make them tough. This goes for like beef or pork or anything you wanna grill, and you make a marinade and everybody says put salt and pepper in the marinade. Salt and pepper in the marinade. You can add the salt and pepper at the last minute. You're still gonna get the flavor, but you won't have a chance that it's gonna be really tough, because salt does toughen things. So we're gonna take this shrimp and we're gonna put it in the oil. See if it's hot enough yet. Oh, no sizzle there. Gonna give it a second. Turn up the heat a little bit. Make sure that our sauce is really cooking and simmering. And it is. Come on, little sauce, you simmer. And I don't want the heat to get too high. With the gas ovens, you gotta really make sure that you watch that heat. If you get it too hot, it boils away. You want it just perfect. When it starts to simmer, then you watch it and then you adjust your heat to make sure it's the same. And with this one, we're getting ready to go. Okay, so we're only gonna cook these shrimp for a little while. You hear the little sizzle now. They're just gonna turn pink. It's only gonna be 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. As with all things, you don't wanna overcrowd the pan. If you overcrowd the pan when you're cooking anything, shrimp, anything, beef, anything, all the food melted together tends to set steam up. And instead of getting that good flavor from the bottom of the pan cooking in the olive oil, what you really get is a steamed product. And that's not nearly as good as a sauteed product. So it is now time to add the salt and pepper. And my sauce is simmering away, and boy, you can smell it. It smells really, really good. Another little trick, when you're sauteing anything and you put it in the pan, let it sit a minute. Let it coat. Don't get in there and start turning it all around, especially with mushrooms. Don't do that. But let it just get a little cooked on one side. Now we're going to pour a little of the sauce from this pan into this pan. It's a tricky deal, but we can do it. Already, doesn't it look so good? Okay, now we're gonna add the spaghetti squash. This is really fun. So what I have here is the half of spaghetti squash. I've already gone and made the little strands out of it. I put it in a great big bowl because we're gonna overflow with the sauce. It's gonna be really good. So we're gonna ladle some of the sauce directly onto the spaghetti squash to give it some extra flavor. And it's gonna be very flavorful. And don't worry about it if you go around the bowl, because remember when we talked about dipping in the bread into the sauce, we're gonna have those shrimp to dip in there. We're gonna have anything you like to dip in this sauce because it's so good you're gonna probably wanna bathe in it, but it's good. Now we're gonna just spoon the shrimp on. Let me show you that. See how it looks? Isn't that good? This is, if you had a smaller spaghetti squash, that would be great. You could serve individual bowls of this. You could also take the spaghetti squash out of the shell and just make it in the center and put all of the shrimp around it. Well, I like it just like this. Look at that. Yum-o. I'm gonna clean up this plate a little bit because this is how you clean up a plate. When you splash sauce all over the place, you might want to take a towel and just clean it up a little bit. And then put a little bit of fresh parsley. You could even garnish with some lemon wedges here. But you're all set. This is Cajun shrimp in a spaghetti squash boat. So today we started with this and ended up with this. And let's try it. It looks so good. So I'm gonna dig in here and get some of the spaghetti squash. Look how pretty that is. I mean, it does look like angel hair pasta. I mean, it could be angel hair pasta. And this could be like shrimp scampi. Let's taste it. Oh man. It has all of the spice I promised you, and then some. It's pretty good. Let's try the shrimp. Oh, it's cooked perfectly. Oh, yum. Wait, I need a bigger bite. Oh yeah, I need like a mini bite. It's so good. My friend Cindy, she always was a great cook, and this was super. So the next time you're thinking about giving up carbs, everything white, pasta especially, don't worry about it. This will take its place in 17 seconds. It's very flavorful. It's really filling. And the good news is, you can eat as much of it as you want. So enjoy your butternut squash. I'll see you next time.